All right, guys, so here's my setup. It's a PPP shifter right there. I'm starting to do the bracketry for the seats, so that's on the bench too. So here's my setup. I have the shifter. I finally got the detents to match the detent. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed here. The detent on the transmission. Now, at this angle, which I have it right now, the shifter and the detent has play in all the gears, and that's what you want. You want it completely in the detent of those channels. Okay, so this is what I did. I have just some angle, and I was just listening into Testa's speed shop, his live. But this is my setup. This bracket right here, this is just some angle aluminum that I had laying around. This is actually a bracket, but I wasn't using the bracket, so I just used half of it. I used the original ear for the transmission and just set it up like so. That right there is on the underside of the selector. Okay. This cable right here, when I tighten it, so when I tighten this cable, it's going to draw this cable away from this this sensor. Now, I can turn this a little bit and I can get clearance, but this is in park right now. I'm really not too worried about it. It's not going to be an issue. So that's the setup I have right now. That's a 10 AN. That's a 10 AN fitting, angling out of the transmission. The transmission has been drilled. And that's it, just some angle. And what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to use these bolt holes and I'm going to make a bracket that attaches to this. So both sides of the bracket is going to be supported, because I don't want to be, breaking that ear off or stressing this too much, because it's a manual reverse transmission. It's constantly going to be shifted. So, and what I've found is the further out you come with the bracket, you don't want to do that, because what happens is when you set it up in neutral, your park the cable, when you move it out, it wants to hyperextend this bracket, and it stresses the detent inside the transmission, and it stresses the shifter. And likewise for fourth gear. Fourth gear doesn't want to, the detent in the shifter doesn't want to go in all the way, because it's trying to force this, it's trying to bend this bracket. So you don't want to move this away from the transmission. The closer you have this to the transmission, the better. That's the angle it's at. Okay. It's straight on. All right, so there it is. It works good. So, sorry, just trying to do this one-handed. So here I go. It's finally hooked up. This, your neutral and reverse, because I have the trans brake. First, second, third, fourth. So that's my setup. It's this shifter. I would never buy another one again, and I'm really seriously thinking about just selling this because it's too thin. It feels like I'm grabbing a pencil, not a shifter. So if someone's interested, it's for sale. All right, that's your park, or I'm sorry, that's your neutral. First, second, third, fourth. Third, second, first, neutral and reverse, park.